Seeds or pills? You know, they say that the diagnosis of cancer can sometimes cause people to give up, so that they waste away and die even faster than the capability of the cancer to kill them. So, malice has become a legal term, admissible in court. And nocebo, such an innocent word, a corollary to placebo. I shall harm, balancing, I shall please. Are these seeds then, or are they pills? Is this a placebo, one that will gently and blankly inspire me to get better? Or is this a homeopathic dose of deadly conjecture? Is this gossip? Is this cruelty? Perhaps it is inevitable that even vitamins become suspect in this worldview, a place where the chemical structure of simple sugars dilates the very capillaries of the brain, causing predictable changes in consciousness, so that we have whole thought processes inspired by the DNA of genetically modified corn. We have banana soliloquies, and that familiar ennui brought on by rancid honey, or the extended worldview created or confounded by the palpitation in the primary brain of the jazz solo. Is it all a collusion of the light, after all? At the traffic signal, we idle and ponder a life gone flat from so much particulate envy. Or this, small roundish granules, mere beads rolling about on a plate. Yet how satisfying and nutty as they crack between the teeth. Are they seeds or are they pills? Place them in a saucer of water. Will they dissolve or begin that slow, inevitable uncurling and expansion into the green whorl? I shall please, says the cup of coffee. I shall harm, says the unbridled cancer. Yet, no, I shall be both, a terrible twin. Prescription for tango. I am idling at a traffic light. I am growing my toenails. It's a good day for the tango to be invented, isn't it? There's a frisson in the air. Strawberries would be at home in this bald afternoon light. The fish are smiling in their creeks. The birds are smiling. The squirrels are worried. But then they're always worried. The light turns and my smile grows. The theory of relativity. Didn't it occur one day, and hadn't it not been more than a dark muddle the day before? And the day before that? An error in the plumbing, perhaps. An unjust landlord preening after his supposed victory. But who cares about paying the rent when you can be outlining the uncertainty principle? Prescription for friendship. Then you must be able to speak. You must know sometimes when to speak more formally, with respect, and know when to forget yourself sometimes and speak the truth. Once the nuts are gathered, just enough that she sees I can now pick out the nuts from the dry grasses and the leaves, we find a branch we can reach and pull the riper nuts from their measure. Then we return to her house and sit on the porch. The words go into the basket, and the basket goes to the porch, where we sit husking the bay nuts. She tells of a long voyage she took through the air to a very old house, a house hundreds of years old, where baskets and textiles and capes made of feathers are kept, none of which will ever be used again to gather bay nuts or provide comfort against the skin or step or whirl or trance. She is naming them. She is reminding them of their names and thanking them, even if they never get to come home again. We watch the butterflies in the garden. The cat comes to observe us through the wisteria on the roof of the porch. The light fails. We go inside. Prescription for baby girls. I continue to lie in the darkness. The darkness surrounds me. In its velvety soft cush, I remember that last night when I stood up from the table where my friends had gathered for a dinner, I had begun walking toward the east, when a small hand reached up and I took hold, and together the two of us walked down the row of vines, careful to step around dirt clods, the 18-month-old and the 60-year-old, naming each thing we came across in a kind of call and response. Rock? Rock. Rock? Dirt clod. Dirt? Hole. Look, a hole. See how big it is? We need to step around it like this. Behind me, in the golden light at the end of the afternoon, laughter, bright spirits at a table under the tree, pizza boxes, evidence of the human puzzle. I continue to lie in the darkness with this small but sufficient scarf to cover my wounds. My belly throbs with its usual sensations, as if a sun or an orb of great darkness were inside of me, pushing to get out. This has always been with me. For perhaps the first time, I realize that this will be with me for the rest of my life. Not just myself, but all my quirks and panics. And if not quite panic, maybe it is just majestic energy waiting to be let loose.